I can't believe this rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper. Okay, don't skip this video. Even if you know some of the stuff I'm going to talk about, stick to the end. It's going to blow your mind. So for those of you that are new here, I've talked about before how Arafat and Mecca are the golden ratio of the earth, but I have more evidence now to prove it. Quick recap on where the golden ratio comes from. It's from the Fibonacci sequence, which is just 0 and 1. You add those together, you get 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8, and so on and so forth until infinity. But why this is interesting is where you get the golden ratio from. If you take any of these numbers back to back, like 377 and 233, divide those two, you get 1.618, which is the golden ratio. But who cares about the golden ratio? What makes it so golden? Well, it can be found, proportions can be found, and spirals can be found in sunflower seeds, in petals, and leaf arrangements, in pine cones, pineapples. It can be found in seashells. It can be found in the proportions of the human body. It can be found in animal horns, like the spiral of antelope horns. It can be found in spiral galaxies, hurricanes, and whirlpools, and in your very own DNA. So we're going from spiral galaxies that are light years across, how huge they are, to little tiny DNA, all having the same golden ratio. I've already proven in the past that Arafat is the golden ratio. If you take the North Pole and the South Pole distances, if you tell ChatGPT to use the most accurate model of Earth and use the measurements, you'll get, when you divide those two numbers, you'll get 1.618. So between the North and South Pole latitude, that is where Arafat falls on the golden ratio latitude. So we have latitude. We know that Arafat is on the latitude golden ratio of the Earth, but what about longitude? For longitude, you have to use a 2D equirectangular map to provide the best measurement for longitude. You can go search what an equirectangular map is if you don't believe me. This is the standard equirectangular map, and what I did here is I counted the pixels, or I used the online measuring tool. You can go find the equirectangular map, put it in a pixel measurement tool, just type in pixel counter on Google, and then you can do this yourself. You can count from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen how many pixels there are, which is 2042, and then you divide that by 1.618 so that you know how many pixels you need to measure from the left side to the right side, which is 1262, which I did. That's this pink line here, and it stops right where Arafat is. That purple line that I drew up and down, that is the golden ratio latitude of the Earth using this equirectangular map. So that leaves us with Arafat being the X marks the spot of the Earth. It is the golden ratio of the Earth. You have 2 billion Muslims that all face Arafat when they pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the question is, why do they face this direction? Who told them to face that direction? It was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who told them, all the Muslims, in chapter 2, verse 144, turn to Al-Masjid Al-Haram, wherever the believers are, turn your faces towards it, and Allah is not unaware of what they do. But hold on. 144. Chapter 2, verse 144. Those are Fibonacci numbers. And if you dive a little bit deeper, you'll find that that verse, if you count the words in Arabic, it has 34 words. If you count the letters that it has in Arabic, it has 144 Arabic letters. So chapter 2, verse 144 has 34 words and 144 letters. The entire verse is following the Fibonacci numbers, and it's pointing towards the golden ratio of the Earth, and the verse itself is the golden ratio of a verse. I don't know what else you could possibly need.